Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I'm going to share with you how I do my planner pages. Now for each of these pages I have used Reject Shop collections. I don't have a bookmark at the moment, so I've added a little tab to show me what week I'm up to. Here is just a list of extra stuff I have to do. I've just got some sticky notes, and usually I have been doing it week to week, which has allowed me to add some 3D elements, but I'm going to do the whole month of August all at once. So I'll take these two out, and I'm also not going to use washi to make these little boxes because it takes a very long time. It takes me more time to do the washi than it does to do the actual decorating half the time. I'm starting with my 2 sheets of paper. Kitty's coming to help. And then I've already gathered my supplies. So I've got my basket here with all my paper and ephemera that I want to use for the month. I've done some testing. This Kmart paper is super thin and most of the inks go through. The only one that you can only see a little bit of really is the Versamagic. So I've pulled out a bunch of my Versamagic colours. The little stamp is from this month's Sunny Studio Over the Rainbow stamp set, and that's what I'm going to use to do my boxes instead of the washi. Let's see how that works. I've got my Kmart special fusion type pens. They were only $3. I've got a bunch of stickers and stuff in here. This week I'm starting with the Fanciful range. I don't have journaling cards for this one, but I have the ephemera and the paper pad. I think I'm going to go with Spring Pansy for this week, Pixie Dust, Sea Breeze, Pink Petunia and Aloe Vera. I have to work out the layout for these weeks. To see here where I've cut through the paper, I'll want to stick paper over that. So I will have to decide whether I'm going to start on this side or in the middle. I also like to decide if I want to add a big embellishment here. I also have the little piece of paper that tells me everything that is in this kit. It can help me decide what things I want to add. Also love the rainbow unicorn. So if I did that, I could throw every single one of them at it and then just find some little accent pieces to go with it. Next month I plan to change my days. At the moment I upload on a Saturday, and it actually means that I virtually don't have any downtime. When I started I wasn't sure how it worked, what I was doing and how it was all going to go, and I've since learned that it's a lot of work. I knew it was going to be work, but I don't have any me time at the moment because I upload on a Saturday. That day is supposed to be an art day for me, but instead I spend it doing things related to social media and things that I need to do for my channel. And so hopefully by changing my schedule I will have some time for other things. I have picked my ephemera for this week and I am going big. I absolutely love her and she's in purples and I have to use her. And then I'm going to use the unicorn and the fairy, and I'm going to choose some papers that I want to go with this. Now my little friend and I made a card for her mother with this stack, and we pulled out a bunch of pages for her to choose from. So I have this bit left over that I could trim down and use possibly. Oh, I like that. Okay, that one's coming out. Fairy, possibly the seahorse. Okay, so I think I'm going to pull those 3 pieces of paper. I know for this piece of paper I want to stamp these 2 on this side just because I need that mermaid. Don't need it. Okay, I want that mermaid. So now I'm going to stamp the hearts. That's how I am going to do my check boxes for the week. They're not 100% straight, but I am not too worried about that at the moment. So now we have them ready to go and her ready to go. And now for Wednesday, I think I've decided to do these in the middle. So I just alternate which ones I'm going to start with. Just changed my mind where I was going to put that. I just thought I would move it up because then I can fit washi at the bottom better. that's the first week planned out. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside like that and grab this page. Now, just so I know where I'm at, I'm actually going to start these and then I'll be able to move things aside. I'm just going to move them out of the way and then stamp the rest of these. That's all the stamping done. I have grabbed some washi. I'm going to use this sparkly gold one because I think I want to incorporate the little dolphin. Thought I was going to use the unicorns, but I think instead I'm going to use the stars just to pull some more stars in. There is some gold stars I can use as well if I want to. I'm going to grab my 2 pieces of paper. I usually have to trim the washi. Just take a ruler and rip off the edge because I'm lazy. You could use scissors if you wanted to. I just like to use the ruler because it's quick and easy, and yeah, and there's cat hair everywhere from our cat visitor. And then I take the same washi and go across the top on the opposite side. I don't have a lot of purple washi. I wanted to find some purple washi, but I have, apart from plain washi, I have 2 purple washis. That's that washi done. And then I'm going to use this gold star washi. On the other side, I'm going to have to trim it. So there's our washi for that one. Now for this one, usually it's easier because you can see through it. So this one, I'm just going to add a small strip to the top, and I'm just going to remove my tab for a minute. Probably should have done that before I stuck it down. Then I am going to flip the washi. Don't actually have any scissors over here with me at the moment, so I'm going to try. Yep, nope, that didn't work. Let's grab some scissors. We have our top washi and our bottom washi. Now what I do is grab 3 pieces of paper and I make sure they're all facing one direction, and then I measure the width of this is 1 5/8. Sorry, I'm not so good on inches, but my trimmer is in inches, so I have to do everything in inches. So it's 1 5/8. I am going to cut a 1.5 inch strip off, just using my paper trimmer. I may have to cut an extra piece, but usually this is enough. Oh, I don't know why I put that away. For her, I need to choose 2 pieces, go behind her, and I'll probably use that one and that one. And then I measure across how far it has to go. So I'm going to go 2 1/8. Now the reason I'm not using this one here is because I want to use that as a big piece on the other side to tie the mermaid to the other side. Is I try and cut all the pieces I need there and there. I think I want to go the other way around. There and there. And now I know I need to cut a 1 inch piece from the bottom, which I'll start with this seahorse. And then I'll add another piece of the fairy. Trim a small piece off the bottom of that because I didn't take any off the washi. My cat's been a pain in the bum, but she'll move in a second. Beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Well, she moved a little bit. So I'm just cutting a piece for here. And then do I want that there? I might pull in some more purple. That one's slightly smaller than 2 inches. So now I've got my papers. I'm going to get the cat off. I think I'd actually like that to be a bit lighter. Now I have a lighter 1 inch 1/2 inch strip, and I'm just going to double-sided tape all of these pieces. I'm not too fussy with it, just so long as each piece has tape I'm good. If anything sticks up too much I will cover it up. Okay, then I just add all my pieces in. I just make sure all the tape is folded over so none is sticking out, and then I'm just going to add that little accent onto the sundae, and that's our base done. Now normally I would raise up this side, but I'm not going to do that as yet until I finished using this month, because I haven't written anything in for any of my days yet, so it will make it harder if things are raised up. So I might go back and raise her up later. Purple maybe wasn't such a good choice there. And not everything has to be raised up anyway, because it will add too much bulk to my planner. I'm gonna add a little dolphin down the bottom. I forgot I was going to add that. I'll just add in my date, 30th of July, my week start date 2018, and her hair is lifting, so I'm just going to add a tiny bit of tape under there to hold her hair down. And there we have this week's planner pages. Now I'm going to speed up the rest of the footage for the other 4 weeks. That's the basics of what I do. Choose washi, ephemera. I have got a week where I'm doing things a bit different, which actually is the next one, so I will show you how I do that. From my Quotes Create 365 sticker pack, I grabbed the gold yay. You'll see these in a haul hopefully soon, but I just realised I'd stamped so high up there was a big space there, so I added that yay sticker in. Okay, so we need that page. Now I am taking Here and Now. I didn't get the paper for this, so what I've done is I've pulled some journaling cards. We have all this ephemera, and there is a lot of ephemera. So instead of using pattern paper, I can actually use some of the ephemera as pieces. This pack had 180 pieces of ephemera. I wish I could have got the paper stack to go with it, but I couldn't, so I am just going to build my own ephemera and things with these papers. That one can be cut down. I thought I could take the top off this one to use it. I could cut this into sections and use them if I want to, or I could cut the words out. I could cut sections off this to use, and then you've got these little boxes that could be used. But first I'm just going to have a look in the ephemera, because wow, I forgot how much I love this ephemera, so I can probably find stuff to use. I have my sticker books that I can use. I might try something different this week, we'll see. So of course I started working and forgot to hit the record button. These cards, luckily, the small journal cards, are exactly 3 inches wide, so I've just cut that one in half. This one I've cut a little bit over half just so I could have all of that in one piece, and I've cut a tiny bit off the bottom so that it is 1.5 inches wide. Unfortunately that's only 1 inch, but we'll see what we can do. And then we have this piece of paper if we need it, and those. I do want to use some of these bigger pieces. I really love this palmistry one as well. Me much room left to write, so I'd have to trim that just a little bit. There is so many beautiful pieces to use in this set. If I use some of these bigger pieces, I don't actually need a lot of these pieces. Going to trim, hopefully, so we have just the words. What I might actually do is stick a little bit of tape on the back of it, just so I can get it right where I want it to be. because it's such a skinny piece, it's just going to keep moving around. I can use this line here as my guide and try and line it up straight. That'll work. I'm going to use that piece as my bottom bit instead of using washi. Again, I'm going to add some tape to the back of this piece because I want to trim it. I love this collection, but as I don't have the paper, I am just using what I have to get what I need for my pages. I'm just going to take this piece and then I'm going to take my Katamari puncher and round all the corners. So I'm going to throw that one on there. I think I'm going to cut just to the side of the shape. So we need to cut that bottom bit off. And then I just need to work out what size I want that. Again, I'm going to go 1 3/4, and that will be our piece for there. I have decided, instead of wasting these little pieces or saving them for something else, I don't mind that they're not 100% the right shape. I am going to add this purple one to the bottom of the page, and then I'm going to take this piece. And that way we've used pretty much all of that card except that little piece. I feel like I need to pull this piece to the other side somehow. As much as I like that, I think I'm going to not use that one. We have all this beautiful ephemera to use, so I think I will perhaps put this one. Again, I'm going to round the corners, and for consistency I'll do them all on the large, and then I'll stick that one up there. I've used 2 journaling cards to do most of the bits that I'd normally do with pattern paper, and then I've got that bit. So for this one I've just used the $4 packet of ephemera and the $4 packet of quote cards. Okay, I am going to choose some colours to go with this card because I don't have a lot of colours, so I think I might just do them all ocean depth, just because that seems to be the colour that's going to work the best. Let's start taping things down. Just rounding the corners again. That way all our base layers are uniform. That's not going to work. I really wanted to use that, but it's not going to work where I had it. So I'm just going to layer these 2 pieces up. I just need to trim these edge bits off. And that's my August 6th layer. Now what I'm going to do is choose my papers and ephemera. For the next ones, when I come back, I'm going to go and cook myself some dinner. And when I come back, I'll have chosen the papers and ephemeras for the next 2 ones that I want to do, just to make it faster. And washi too, most likely. Okay, unfortunately, Kitty's getting in the way. But as you can see here, this is where we got up to. I had finished this page, and now it is about a week later than when I started. It's this day, and this will be going up on Wednesday. But I ended up filling this one in because a couple of days into the week I was like, I can't deal with not having it filled out, so I filled it out. And then we'd done this one, and now it's a week and a half later, or a week later. This was the last one I did, and I have pulled all the papers I want to use for the next few weeks. For this one, I have decided to use the Twig and Twine set from the Reject Shop again, and I have pulled this washi that I recently won in a giveaway, which the video will be coming up hopefully at the end of the month. I am trying to fit everything in. So I thought this washi went really well with the 3 pages I've chosen for this. This one has some nice foil dots and I thought that it matched nicely, so that's why I'm using that, and that is the 3 pieces of paper I've chosen for this. I just want to also mention, if you live in Australia and you have a Coles near you and you want to have a weekly planner without having the planner, I actually use this to plan out my week and then add it to this, and actually some things are going to change on this because since having a few conversations I decided to change some stuff up. Now I don't have any patterned washi to go with this, so I'm going to make my own. I have grabbed these Paper Mania stamps and I've just grabbed the flowers and butterflies from it, and I'm going to make my own washi, or make my own patterned washi. First up, I think I will place a big piece of this one up here, and then I'm just going to use my acrylic block, tear the edges, and I'm going to do the same on this side. You could use a ruler to do this, but mine seems to have wandered away at the moment. Make sure you push down very firmly with the acrylic block, and if there's any overhang like there is on this one, you can just grab your scissors. I'd rather use my ruler, but my ruler seems to have wandered away right now. So now for this washi, I am going to adhere some down on here. 1 page, 2 page, so we'll go a little bit over that. So what I have done is I have stuck 3 stamps, 2 butterflies, 2 flowers onto my block, and I'm actually going to use a combination of 2 colours, so I need a scrap piece of paper that I can stamp off on. This was my practice sheet, so I am just going to make my own washi. Because the blue is a pretty light colour, I'm going to go over that first, and then I'm just going to add some grey over the top, stamp it down. It's not super bright, but I don't want it to be very bright. I want it to be nice and subtle. Now it will take a couple of minutes for this to dry because it is not much of a, well, it is a little bit of a paper washi, but it still smudged pretty fast when I was doing it before, so I need to let it dry a little bit. So that's the washi done. I'm just going to move that out of the way while it dries. Now that Kitty's decided to go and sunbake for a few minutes, hopefully she doesn't come back for a little while. While that is drying, I'm going to decide what I want where. I did grab that out. I thought I could possibly use that somewhere. I might actually add it to that bit up there. I like that. I'm going to add some tape to the back of it. I really hope I get to a craft show soon because I'm getting low on this 1/4 inch tape, which is the one I use the most. So I like how that looks, and then I've got that other little piece that I can add in somewhere. Firstly, I'm going to add it to this piece down here. I am going to line this up on my paper trimmer. So we have our washi. I've pulled out a bunch of ephemera. I'm going to cut out my papers and I'll be right back. So I've just cut a bunch of strips to 1 3/4 wide. They're going to be too wide for most of where I want them, but that's my starting point. Now I'll just speed everything up while I'm measuring and cutting. I'm just going to adhere these down. Okay, now we just need to dress it up. Thought I might add the little bear in. I'm not a huge fan of the bear, but why not? Okay, it looks like I don't actually have any flowers except this giant thing, which I don't really want to use. I might layer it up over that little strip so we don't waste that little strip. like this bingo card. I should have made that one of the top bits. Okay, I think I'm happy with that, so now I'm just going to stick it all down. I'm only sticking tape on the middle of this because in the future I'd like to come back and add some dots underneath it and raise up the wings. Whether I remember or not are two different things. Just trimmed a little bit off that because it was longer than I wanted it to be, and there was more on one side of that word than more grey on one side of that word than the other. There we have next week's spread all ready for me to fill in. So I'll just clean this mess up and come back and we'll start this week's. Kitty's back. I just got a phone call, so I'll start again hopefully. Ah, Kitty! I'm just going to put the paper scraps in a little bag with the actual ephemera because that way they'll be easier to find. We'll get this one out of the road because we're done with that. Now I just wanted to let you know what words I had used. So for this one I've used own it. I should have shown them the other way, but that's alright. And then for this one it's beauty surrounds us and good times don't eat my pages. I'll flip that one over and I'll add this one to my planner, and then I'm going to grab this one, and for this week I have decided to use Carpe Diem. The last one I promise is not Reject Shop, but the Reject Shop you're just able to get the ephemera and the journal cards super cheap. It costs for the ephemera, the journal cards and the paper stack $12. That's what it costs to get one Kaisercraft pad. I will say it has its pluses and its negatives. It's much easier to find 3 pieces of paper that absolutely go together in the Kaisercraft stacks. In these, the colours don't always match. So you've got all these pretty purples on here, and then you'll go to this page and it has this purple which doesn't really match much of the purples except a little bit of that one really, but everything else is that mauvey type purple. And see, this doesn't match anything, nothing at all. It's just its own piece out on its own. It doesn't even match these, which are absolutely gorgeous, but then, you know, some of the other pages don't match that either. I wanted to use that page, but I'd have to cut the pattern down a lot, so I didn't really want to waste it because I absolutely adore it. And then, yeah, you've got the black, which will go with the other black, and then you've got this random blue piece, which kind of matches the blue in there, I guess, a little bit, but yeah, it can be very hit and miss. And yeah, and let's not even talk about the cheetah print. I mean, really? Why? Just why? I'm trying to find it now. What's that doing in there? What does that match? Nothing. They're pretty mismatched a lot of the time, but they are cheap, and a lot of the times you can actually swap from different collections, which helps. Now, I don't actually have much washi to match this, but because this is almost the colour that I need, and there's cat hair everywhere, I'm going to add some of this. This is a Reject Shop sparkly tape. I wish I'd gotten more because they're really pretty and I'm running out very fast. Especially this one because I've used it a couple of times now. For my second washi strip, which won't be a washi strip this time, I'm actually probably going to cut a journaling card. Kitty's back, and you might notice there's some extra things added to my page. What happened was my SD card got full, and not long after that, thank goodness, my battery died. So luckily I didn't get too far, so I've just added 1 strip of washi there, 1.5 there, and I've actually saved that extra piece because I can use it on another one. And then I've taken a journaling card from the journaling card pack and have cut that up to use as my second lot of washi, just because I don't have anything that actually matches this. I have 2 purple washis. sadly. 2 purple washies, and they are more of a blue purple than a pink purple, so they don't match this at all, and I cannot believe I only have 2 washies. I have seen a washi that looks very similar to the gorgeous flowers in this paper pack. It had these colours in it. It was absolutely stunning, but I've never seen it sold anywhere in Australia, so I guess that's an American one. If I ever see it, I'll be buying it because it was gorgeous. Now, Kitty's gonna sit in the way again. Okay, take back the spot again because the cat's being a naughty girl. So I've got that out just in case I need extra bits, but I think we're pretty right with this. I absolutely love that. Oh, can I squeeze it in? I'm gonna have to write really small because I want that. I want that somewhere. Maybe there. Let's get my handy dandy planny and see where I'm at. Plenty of room. I think I may even forego using that piece of paper. So we'll see how we go just using 2. I might just alternate the sides on this week just because I really like these 2 pieces of paper and I wasn't actually that fussed on the other one. I don't mind it, but we'll see. We have some really beautiful ephemera. Actually, I wanted that to be in here too, so maybe if I stick both pieces on that side for that. I'm going to trim these to 1 3/4 again, which is usually too big, but we'll see how we go. Maybe I can stick that one there, right up against the edge this week, I think. I'm just going to see what other little bits and pieces I have in here. I really want one of these butterflies in here. Got the big one too, but I think I'll just go for the small one. I'm going to stick down the papers and then I can work out where things are going. Okay, I'm a little torn because the whole reason I added the black was so that I could also add this piece. Oh, maybe I could have done that. Okay, hang on. I'm going to trim this one down and move it over. Zebra doesn't fit anywhere, so we're not going to use any zebras. Oh, so many good pieces in this. It's so hard. This is actually from an Ali sticker pack, and so is the Happy Everyday. I really want to bring some of the black and gold over to this side. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Very hard. There's so many awesome pieces in the Carpe Diem set and I just absolutely love them all, and it's hard to pick, and I'm hoping I have enough room around that flower to write what I need to, but honestly I don't really care because it's so pretty. There's this tiny little bit on here that's annoying me, so I'm just going to snip it off. It was the bit where it was attached to the other piece of cardstock that they pulled it out of. Don't think this is a live stream day, so I don't think I need it. Let's have a look. Have a live this week. Maybe I do. 20th. Did have a live in there, but I might actually schedule it for the 1st instead because that's going to be my planner live. Okay, so there's my Carpe Diem layer. It was so hard to choose what to put on this one. I really struggled. I just love so much of it that having to choose which pieces could go on, you know, I love the zebra and I love these cards and the flowers and the butterflies and everything. So, but in the end I did change up a piece for this because I'd actually cut these bits so that the black would have something to go with rather than just be, oh, I'm sticking black on the page. Otherwise it would have looked a bit weird just having those black bits, and I really like the Inspire, Create, Dream. And then on this side I ended up pulling this word piece over just because this side has all these wordy bits and this side had nothing. So, and the cat's back again to bug us. But I will clear this up and I will come back with the final one. August is such a long month. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the Golden Grove collection. I have some offcuts that I'm going to use. I'm going to use these bits as my borders because I don't have any, and then I've chosen a little extra piece of paper to go with. Already checked, and these are the right heights. I mean, the good width, but they're the wrong height, so I will use up those bits. That's all I have left, and then I will cut up some of these pieces as my borders, and maybe even some of the spot if there isn't enough, because I don't know that they're wide enough to go across. No, they're only wide enough for one page, so I'm going to trim a couple of these out. Unfortunately, the word ones go all the way across, so I can't use them. Kitty's decided she wants to be a YouTube star and keeps getting in all the videos. That one does repeat a little bit, so I'm going to use that, and I'll stack that one on top of it. And I'm going to add this one down here. I'm going to cut a strip of this and then decide. My SD card filled up again, so I don't actually know where it got up to again. It doesn't make a noise when it stops recording when the SD card is full. All I've done is I took a couple of these skinny strips and adhered them there, and then I've taken a big strip and adhered it there, and then this little bit that I had left over from down here I am going to stick to the top over here, straight hopefully. So I totally forgot to do this little bit down here, so I've just cut up some bits to add them. We have a little quote: "Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy." Marcel Proust. Okay, so that's my Golden Grove week done. That I thought it would be a nice transition from winter into spring. A very pretty springy sort of page. That is my final layout for August. Next month I will be doing a live for my planner spreads because this is going to take forever to edit. So thankfully next month there's only 4 weeks. So we started with the Fanciful collection from the Reject Shop. Then we have Here and Now, which I don't have the paper for, but I used some of the journaling cards to make bits and pieces and ephemera. Then I have used Twig and Twine, which I think is supposed to be an autumn sort of colour scheme, but I chose to use it this month because we're sort of in a warming, heading towards spring type weather. We had a really short winter this year. Then this one I've used the Carpe Diem papers and ephemera, which I'm absolutely in love with. It is gorgeous. And finally I've used yellow, which isn't one of my favourite colours. I've used the Golden Grove collection to do this week. So next month again will be something completely different, and I think my live will probably be on Saturday the 1st at 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time if you want to see more planner action. Thanks for sticking through this whole long video. Hopefully I can edit it down to something watchable with Kitty getting in on the action. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and if you want to know when more videos go up, hit the notification bell. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.